So, hello, anybody who's watching this, whether you pop up on this live thing or watch it a few minutes, few hours, few days down the line. I'm John J. Cleveland Payne, and this is a recording explaining why you'll see less of me doing these recordings going forward on these channels. Now, this may not be based on what channel you're watching. I'm recording this live or broadcast this live on J. Cleveland Payne's my main Facebook page, my J. Cleveland Payne page on Facebook, the business page, which is my personality, and my J. Cleveland Payne YouTube page. I should also be doing this to John C. Payne YouTube page as well. But these messages here have been coming down the line for this for a while, and a while means since August, or more or less that time. So what I'm talking about specifically on this here, on, as I said in the title, a Boxing Day Spectacular, because today is still Boxing Day on the 26th, but because Christmas fell on the Sunday, most people still have the day off for Christmas. So whether your stores are open today are kind of iffy. Your government offices are closed, so don't try to go to the post office to send anything off late today. What we're talking about today is the podcast, videocast, the newscast I've been doing as part of the Conversation Project, and that is things you might have heard. The evolution from the 8 things to talk about newsletter as it turned into a newsletter to a video a newscast every morning, and then into a podcast, which it's cheating. It's just basically taking the audio from the video and not editing it very well. When I'm doing this, and this won't take very long here on this here, is a form just basically say you won't be seeing them here ever again, essentially, unless something very drastic happens or I press the wrong button. What I have been doing is on Monday mornings, expanding the reach to viewers, try to get more people to see what I'm doing and go to where the source is. And that's been on the J. Cleveland Payne, my main Facebook page, where, I love my life, and my YouTube channel that is based off of my personality stuff that I've done more stuff in the past. I've also published it to J. Cleveland Payne, the personality page on Facebook, and that was a 5-day-a-week thing. We have stopped the expansion of the podcast because it's a bit overwhelming. The people that know me and see me on that page aren't following over as well, and people who are looking for it find it where it needs to be found. So if you are a person who sees me pop up on Mondays in this feed here, in this live feed on my in the feed or live, I need you to do a bit of a move. That's an ask. The problem with moving someplace is, when a show moves from network to Netflix, people have to be told that, or they don't know what's going on until they find up and stumble like, wow, Manifest is back. How'd this happen? Because it was saved from NBC to Netflix. A lot of shows that happened to a big show like which I can't think of the name right now. The show about the devil that went to Netflix, that was saved by that one. Stuff like that, and brought into weird enough the Arrowverse tangent. Not going to go down at the moment, but I need you to do a little work. Sorry, I need you to see the scroll at the bottom. Go to this. It's a conversationproject.com. If you really enjoyed watching me do the news on Mondays on this channel, go to this is a conversationproject.com and go there, and you will see the links to find things you might have heard and other things brought to you by that project, the Conversation Project there. And it comes live every morning, weekdays, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 5:50 in the morning. It's a newscast. It runs about 20 minutes. The news part's about 10 to 15-ish based on the day. And then there's me, doing the yakky yak sales stuff. But we're going to stop promoting it on the extra days and the special occasions on these channels. Now, 5 days a week, it was on the one J. Cleveland Payne page, which is not my profile page, and that's going to stop as well. We, the collective we, that is More Better Media and Fast Forward Business Properties, my actual companies, needs to focus on some things. 2022 was not the grandest of years. Also, 2021 was not the grandest of years. Also, 2020, not the grandest of years, but a bit of a transition happening between last year, 2021, would say, where things just weren't great and things were really falling apart, and this year, where I was really, struggling where the previous year I was at the point where I was going to basically dissolve all the companies. I was frustrated, dejected, extremely depressed, and just was like, this isn't working. But you can't just stop because you create a company. You got, there's legal stuff. You got to actually pay money to get rid of the company, or they haunt you forever. And I was first time in, over a decade of doing this, where it's like, I can pull together the money, I can pay the stuff, and I can stop doing this. But the short answer to why I can't stop doing this, because if I'd stop doing any of this stuff, it kind of negates a bunch of other stuff that gets done and questions that are asked and growth and whatever. So I pushed forward for 2022, and 2022 was not a very good year in getting things done. A lot of things that were seemingly about to blow up in the year prior blew up this year, and it just wasn't worth it. And so because of that, some changes were made, some focuses were changed, some things that I was able to kind of cobble along going forward just stopped. And we did bare minimum, but then we put a lot of effort into this thing here, things you might not have heard, or this thing that was here, things you might not have heard. So with that, over the past basically I guess I'm doing math in my head. August, September, October, November, December. 5-6 months essentially as this thing, the project would progress. It's progressed quite a lot. The project itself, as a bare bones skeleton, is a pretty good project. The viewing experience, it may vary bits and pieces, but as we grown and as we added things and put things in there, we've basically made the experience that much better, and the background that much better. So it's taken some growing pains currently as we're going to step into the new year doing things going forward. So if you enjoyed me doing the news every morning, I need you to go to thisistheconversationproject.com and click on the links to where you can find us over there. If you don't understand how that works, put something in the chat and I'll come back later in the day and send you links to get to where you need to be. We're going to stop producing this project or any conversation project inside of these extra channels because brand consistency. We're going to focus on the conversation project brand labeling stuff. All its channels will be there. We're going to stop sharing except for maybe some side promotion things back and forth. Now for my main profile page, it's going to get a lot more boring because it's going to be just me and boring stuff. I may share, some work related stuff, some life related stuff, definitely stuff on the kid because everybody loves stuff on the kid, but it's going to be a lot less business stuff. And I'm doing that because I thought, if I share stuff on my big page, maybe people will trickle onto there. I may do a thing here or there, but I'm going to do less sharing on the big page because it's my house. I don't invite you over to my house for dinner to sell you a pitch for a project. If I'm going to do a pitch on a project, I'm going to call you on the phone. We're going to go to a coffee shop or do whatever. But if I invite you to my house and say we're having dinner, I'm not going to slam you with some sort of project to come through that. So that's just a rudeness thing you need to stop doing. For the Facebook page of J. Cleveland Payne, there will be some promotion because it's mainly promotion of all the stuff, but it won't be the full feeds going through all the time because we need to do more promotion of everything else. And this floods the feed of this stuff. So we're going to do less of that. For the YouTube page for J. Cleveland Payne, we're going to do more of the personal development stuff that we were doing in the past. And that means less of this. The new stuff does not fit that brand, does not fit that project. There'll be very little cross promotion of anything that's not a J. Cleveland Payne or a personal development thing there. There may be a hit here or there saying, hey, check out this other thing, but we need to focus on focus. I have a lot of things planning. Last year, I kicked things off in kind of a whirlwind fashion with all these projects that were meant to sustain more better business, more better media as a business with entities going forward. And they just had to be sustained with things. And to be totally honest, the crush of a lot of things happening in work life got in the way. And, the commitment I had to more family life as I did my best to stick with that. Oddly enough, it was the work stuff that got in the way of family life and business life. And in most cases, family life, won out, which it always should. But this business life, which supposedly makes money to help support family life, is important as well. And basically my main only outlet is coming through on the videos and things. And so because of that, we're going to do less production here with other stuff, as we're saying. If you like watching the things you might have heard, saga of things, the newscast every single morning, Look at the scroll at the bottom and go to thisisaconversationproject.com. Thisisaconversationproject.com. Or you can put a message in the comments or DM me, and I'll show you how to get to that stuff so you don't miss out on those things. If it was just sort of annoying stuff that you're just ignoring, annoying stuff that you were ignoring, speak slower, John Payne, then, you hear the message, this is here. In a few days, I'll erase it. It'll be all gone, and you won't have to deal with it anymore. If you were into other bits and pieces of projects I did, the channel you're watching this on, if it's not my profile page on Facebook, will provide for you that type of stuff. The promotions page on Facebook will promote all the stuff, and the Jay Cleveland Payne YouTube page will go back to producing videos, although they'll be mostly podcast explainer videos. There's really way too much of this about here already to do more personal development and other things as well. So a few people popped in and out. I have trouble talking live because of swallowing air and burping, so apologies for that. A few people popped in live, so if you saw that, you see at the bottom of the scroll for thisisaconversationproject.com. If you're missing and wanting to see the newscast I produce at 5:50 every single morning, weekday morning, I should say, go to that website, find links to find us out there. Also find us on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all those things as well. If you're not looking for that, then this is the goodbye for all that stuff. So while I'm still, won't say enjoying, because I still got things to do, taking care of some business on this day, and taking care of some business on this slow week before we get back into the swing of things and basically getting slammed in the face when I get back to my real job, with a lot of things that are changing extremely too fast, and work projects that aren't as planned out as they need to be coming to fruition. We're going to see how these things are going to work out. So thank you so much for popping in or not popping in. Thank you so much for supporting me or not supporting me. Thank you so much for feedback or non-feedback. My name, John J. Cleveland Payne. Find me at jclevelandpayne@gmail.com, jclevelandpayne.net, things like that. Also, I'm going to do another year of trying to push out some more consistency in the podcasting, because those are easier to do once you get a head start on them, because they're just audio, their voice. You speak, you edit. I don't have to worry about staring at the cameras and jump cuts and stutters and things like that, and burps and sipping copy and not talking for moments at a time. So if you want to check those things out, go to jclevelandpayne.net/podcast. You can see the listing of podcasts. With most of them will actually be live come the turn of the year. The ones that aren't will be live pretty soon, or some discontinued. We're discontinued. Welcome to your Monday. We're going to scrap that podcast. We're going to pull down some of the content and repurpose it into something else soon, because it's a lot of content, but it's, dying content is just dying content. With that, thank you so much for anybody who did pop in. If you want to shoot a heart, do whatever. Thank you. Otherwise, it's just boring on me, because explaining things that aren't quite working, and it is what it is. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate for the holidays, even if you don't, and New Year's Day coming up in 6 days or so. So a new year, a new something. It's always a new something. Every day is a new something, but a brand new calendar year is a great point for reflection, some sort of time inflection going forward. Thank you so much. We're out.